Alright, just pop this out. And I think we finally have some silver right here. Large cent, looks like it's probably going to be a braided hair. 1964 out of Philly. Alright, another one, that's cool. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Rick from Hunting Southwest Ohio, and we are back once again with a fresh box of nickels to bring you episode number 56 of the Nickel Hunt and Fill series. Excited to get into it, hopefully fill some spots here. So here he is, set number 1 of albums that we started originally in this series. We're now at 189 of 193 spots full, only 4 spots left to go. And at episode 50, we started set number 2, and we are currently at 147 of 192 found in set number 2. We're looking for the same thing as usual. Buffalo nickels, it's been a while since we've seen one. V nickels, it's been a long time since we've seen one. Silver war nickels, foreigns, airs, varieties, or anything else cool. So let's go ahead. We'll pop this open. This box I did pick up March 31st of 2023. It has been sitting here for a little while at the house, and it is definitely going to be circulated nickels, so I'm excited about that. All right, so let's get into it, and I will bring you back in on the first find. All right, doesn't look like it, but it's actually roll number 1 of this box, and we're going to have our first find already. I love it when that happens. And we're going to start out with a 1957 out of Philly. Roll number 2. I don't know what we got here. Well, Jesus loves you. Very nice. I would agree. Roll 14. Been a tough box so far. But we finally are going to have our first 40s nickel. And it is going to be a 1948, and it will be a Philly. Well, at least we got one. Hopefully that is a sign of things to come. Roll 17, and finally we're going to have our second 50s nickel. It has been a really slow box, and it's going to be a 1959 out of Denver. Roll 18. And that right there, I think, will make me happy. That looks like that color again. This dark one right here, I think, is going to be a war nickel. This other one down here looks like it's probably a little corroded. What do we got? There's the P mint mark. We'll take that. And it is going to be a 1943. Let's go ahead and check this for the 3/2. We're looking at the 1943 for the 43/2. And I do not see it, but silver in the box. And that right there is what it's all about. A little shiny. Roll 21. And 40s nickel number 3 has just finally made its appearance. And it's going to be another 1948. And this time it will be a Denver. And we will happily take it. Roll 25. And 50s nickel number 3 has finally popped out. 1958. And it's going to be out of Denver. Roll 26. And we're going to have 50s nickel number 4. This time it's going to be a 1952. Out of Denver. Roll 17. And 50s nickel number 5. Maybe things are going to pick up. Pretty nice looking. 1954. And I believe that one is a Denver. Yes, it is. 54D. We'll take that for sure. Roll 29. And there she is. There is a 39. Find a lot of these lately. I'm guessing no mint mark just based on the obverse. Not in great shape. It will be a Philly. Let's go ahead and check the DDO on the DDR, excuse me, on the reverse. And we're looking at Monticello and 5 cents, and I am not seeing it. But I'm always happy to see a 39. Same roll, 50s nickel number 6. And this one's going to be a 1959 out of Philly. Roll 31. And we're going to have another 40s nickel finally. It's going to be a 1940 out of Philly. And then it's going to be 40s nickel number 4 of the hunt. Same roll. And we're going to have 40s nickel number 5. This time we will have a 1941 out of Philly. Roll 33. And finally another 50s nickel. And this will be 50s nickel number 7 of the hunt. It's going to be a 1957. And that will be out of Denver. Roll 39. And 40s nickel number 6. And it's going to be a 1947 this time. And it'll be out of Philly. Roll 40. And we're going to have another 50s nickel. And this will be 50s nickel number 8 of the hunt. Pretty nice looking. 1953. And that is at Denver. And it is. Yep. Alright. We'll take it. Same roll. And 40s nickel number 7. 1946. And that is a Philly. Let's go ahead and check this real quick for the Henning nickel. And you're looking right here on Pluribus, bottom left leg of the R for a hole. Don't see it, but we'll take it. Roll 45. And we're going to have 40s nickel number 8. It'll be another 1940. Also out of Philly. Alright, we are back, and box 1 is hunted. Not too bad of a box. Not as good as I'd like it to be, but we did pull out 1 Canadian. We got a 39. And then we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 40s nickels, including a 43 Philly silver, which was nice. We got our Jesus Loves You nickel. And got our 50s. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the 50s. And a few possible upgraders or additions. So, not our 20 finds we need to have. So I have grabbed another box. It is also another one that I picked up on March 31st. So let's go ahead, pop this thing open. It should be circulated. I usually check these as soon as I get them from the bank, mark them, and set them on the shelf. Definitely circulated. I do see a few more newer nickels though. But we'll see what we got. I'll bring you back in on the first find. Roll number 2. And we're going to have our first 50s nickel. It is going to be a 1959. I will just start pulling the rest of these aside and bring you in every now and then on the 50s. So we'll take it. It's a start. Roll number 3, and I completely missed it. I didn't see it. But there is a 1942 I just uncovered, and I can just about guarantee by the color. I did not see it by the edge. I probably should have. That one would have probably been under the end of the wrapper, but 42S. We will take that. I feel like we could need that for the second set of albums. That's pretty cool. Happy to see it. Silver number 2 of the hunt. Roll number 9. And we finally have our first 40s nickel of the hunt. It's going to be a 1949 out of Philly. And I've also pulled aside one more 50s nickel. It'll be a 1958 out of Denver. Roll 14. And 40s nickel number 2 of the hunt. We have a 1941 out of Philly. And I also have a couple more 50s nickels I pulled aside. We have a 1958D. And we have a 1954, also out of Denver. Roll 18. 40s nickel number 3 will be a 1947. Not in bad shape if it wasn't for the corrosion. And it will be a Philly. Roll 24. And we couldn't hold out forever. They finally got us. We lost 4 cents. Gonna be a zinc penny on top of it. In terrible shape, at least on the reverse. Alright. I guess we take it. Roll 27. And 40s nickel number 4. It's been really kind of a slow box overall. Just a trickle of finds here and there. And it'll be another 1947. It is going to be a filly. And we also have 3 more 50s I pulled aside. We have a 59 out of Denver. We have a 54 out of Denver. And we have a 54 also out of Denver. Alright. Roll 35. And we're going to have another 40s nickel. It'll be number 6 of this hunt. And it's going to be a 48. 1948 out of Philly. Roll 44. Just pulled the paper off this left side and seen that dark edge right there. And I think we're going to have us a silver. Yes, we are. It is going to be a Denver Mint. 1944D. War nickel number 3 of the hunt. That is pretty awesome. Roll 45. And we're going to have another 40s nickel. It is going to be number 9 of the hunt. And it will be number 7. Excuse me. Roll 45. And we're going to have another 40s nickel. It is going to be number 8 of the hunt. It's going to be a 1946 out of Denver. Roll 48. And we're going to have 40s nickel number 9. It's going to be another 41. Actually, first 41 of this box. And it will be out of Denver. Roll 49. And we're going to have 40s nickel number 10. And it's going to be a 1949. Unfortunately, it won't be an S. It's going to be a filly. It will take a 49. Roll 50. And I got a rough looking 40s here. It's going to be a 1940. And that looks like it's going to be a filly. This one back here looks maybe a little older. It is. Another 1940. Also out of Philly. And we got a couple more 50s nickels to add. We got a 1953 and a 1957 out of Philly. All right, box 2 is hunted. It was a better box than the first one overall, finds-wise, but I was hoping for some semi-key dates. It has been an eternity, it seems like, since we've seen a buffalo. Luckily, we did get 3 war nickels during a 2-box hunt, so that was actually really good. And we got our Jesus Loves You coin, which was pretty cool. I thought that was interesting, something different. And here's our 50s. We only got a couple possible additions or upgraders for the newer nickels. So let me go ahead, grab the albums, and see if we can add anything. Be back in just a minute. Alright, we are back. Album 1, and this is the second set of albums. We had no additions or upgrades for the first set. Didn't figure we did. And we have a 1938 through 1961 for this album, and a couple of the war nickels we found will be additions. We got that 42S that we found. That will take a nice little silver spot here in the album. And we have a 44D. I'll pop that in as well. I'll get those stuck in there, and we will move on to album number 2. All right, here is album number 2, 1962 through 1995D. We will be adding a 1993 Denver, and we will also be upgrading a 92D. Go ahead and get those put in. We'll get into album number 3. Alright, we are back with album 3. This will be our 1996 to present 2023, and we will have one addition. A really nice looking 2020D I pulled out. Go ahead, get that popped in. And we had an addition in every album for the Jefferson nickel, so that was pretty cool. We'll take it. All right, let me go ahead, get this set aside. We'll total everything up. I'll be right back for a quick wrap up. See you in a second. All right, and here we are. Everything's tallied. Set number 1, we're still going to be at 189 out of 193. Set number 2, we picked up 3 nickels for this one. Now puts us at 151 out of 192. So we made a little progress. You got to love that. I'm going to go ahead, grab the chest. We're going to add something to the treasure chest, and then we have some silver for the 2023 jar. Be right back. All right, we are back. We have the treasure chest in front of us, and since we did not find any this hunt, I went ahead and grabbed a couple of semi-key date nickels we're going to throw in here. We have a 1951S, and we have a 1950P semi-key date. Haven't added any of those to the chest, so I figured this would be a good time. I'm going to go ahead, get this thing closed up, and then there is the 2023 silver jar. I had to grab a couple stand-ins since we added 2 of those war nickels to the albums. So, there we go. 3 more silvers for the 2023 jar.